today is about the World Cup, everybody. So as we all know, the World Cup is starting this Sunday, and this time, the World Cup will be held in Qatar, the only Muslim nation to host the World Cup. Like most Muslim countries, Qatar's laws, customs, and practices are rooted in Islam. They have guidelines regarding dress code, including confining, revealing clothing, and skin bearing strictly to pools and beaches. Public displays of amorous affection aren't allowed. Alcohol is only permitted at hotel, restaurants, and bars. It is illegal to consume it in public spaces. And recreational drug use is strictly prohibited. Because of the religious and cultural beliefs of the host nation, in which these practices are grounded happen to be Islamic, the negative noise from the media is huge. It's true that Qatar has a poor human rights record, and I think it's important to raise this because I believe almost all Muslim countries, they have this problem. But why do they single out Qatar? However, what about the other nations? This is the question that we should ask. What about the other nations? The last World Cup was in Russia. LGBTQ plus activists, they didn't do any protests over there. I've never heard anyone saying that we're going to wear a special LGBTQ armband, in Russia. China has hosted the Olympic Games and been welcomed to state visits to the UK despite its appalling human rights record. And the most fundamental human right is the right to life. Key participants, England and America, led the illegal, according to the UN by the way, led the illegal invasion of Iraq, whose wider impact caused literally millions of deaths and displaced lives throughout the wider region. Look, it's fine to practice whatever you believe, but don't impose your belief on others. It's like a vegan forcing the meat eaters to eat the meat, or the meat eater, they travel to the land of a vegan and they slaughter a cow, hypothetically speaking. We all existed and we will continue to exist by respecting each other's beliefs and practices. Singling out Qatar is hypocritical. Qatar is an easy target for the media because it's a Muslim country. I commend the Qatari authorities for not getting bullied by these hypocrites, making it very clear that they are not willing to change their Islamic beliefs for 28 days. The lesson, this is the reason why I want to talk about this, the lesson that we learn from all this that's happening in the media in the recent days. Number one, I think it's important for us Muslims to communicate with the world. We don't need to conceal our Islamic values and ethics, but we should explain to everyone clearly. Like the Qataris, mashallah, have done, and they win a lot of support from the rest of the world. Number two, we don't need to be rude to those we disagree with. There's no need to mock with other people's belief. Number three, we should feel proud practicing the guidelines of Islam. People will always pressure you to disregard your beliefs, but you need to find a way to stand strong. Finally, there's nothing wrong watching the football games. You're allowed to watch the games, and there's nothing wrong with it. But don't delay your prayers or miss your prayers just for a football game. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. Jazakumullah khairan.